Welcome to part 3. Today we're going to change out the transmission shifter seal. Alright, to take out this back side of the primary, 2 bolts here on the back side of the starter. One on the bottom right if you're looking at the back side of the starter, one on the top left. There's 2 bolts on the outside of the rear section. Ready taking those out. And the inside bolts is actually clips on the bolts. You have to hammer them out, and I'll show you how to do that. So you just take a screwdriver and a hammer and just push on the clip so it's not hitting the bolt head. And all the bolts on the inside are the same setup with the clips. Now you just take your ratchet, loosen your bolts, and take them out. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my drill to get those out of there quicker. One last thing that I did forget to do was the starter bolt. So I'm using a pair of vice grips. Just gently, don't over tighten this. You don't want to damage the sprocket. And just to hold that in place so I can take that bolt out so you can disconnect from the starter. And once you pull that out, your rear primary case should come right off. Alright, so the first thing you do is you remove the bolt for the shifter completely out. Once you get that out, pull the shifter off the shaft. Now to get that washer out that's on that shaft, there is a locking clip which can be a pain in the you-know-what because it's so small. I'm trying to use my lock ring pliers on it, but the clip is so small they won't fit. So I take a small screwdriver and just work it out of there. Be careful not to lose that clip, it's got to go back on. Alright, to get the seal out, what I am going to do, I'm going to take a screw, a wood screw, screw it right into the metal lip on the seal, and then with a pair of pliers or vice grips, pull it right out of there. And there you go. We'll get that seal back in place, but before I do that, I take some painter's tape, wrap it around the shaft of the shifter so I don't damage the seal. Once that's on there, we can just slide the seal on. Take your punch with your small hammer and just work that seal into the case. Then I take a smaller punch and make sure it's seated. Washer goes back on. And now time to work the lock ring back in place. Get the shifter back on, make sure it's in the right position. Add some Loctite to your bolt. Put your bolt in. And lastly, torque it down. Check your manual for your specs on your bike. And that's going to be it for today. That'll conclude part 3 of the state of repair. Take care, and I'll see you on part 4. God bless.